I went through a terrible relationship recently. She was always trying to control me, and she's a very controlling person and manipulative. That's what this jacket feels like.
Help me! Help me!
Mama, even with this string, would you marry me?
I just don't know.
Moving on can be very hard work. Sometimes the first steps involve buying a new jacket, and other times they involve meeting very worried family members. Either way, leaving the past behind is never easy, as Matt, Jasmine and Gino are all about to find out. So let's rewind to the start and kick off with Gino, who's making himself some cheese and crackers.
I'm back to eating frozen dinners. I mean, at some point I'm gonna meet someone and I'll eat better. I believe that, so.
Remember to put that on your dating profile, Gino. Wanted, someone to love me, suck my toes, and make my dinners. I can only imagine that will have all the ladies queuing up to meet you. But despite having high hopes of meeting that special someone, Gino admits he still hasn't filed for divorce yet.
Would I like to? Yes, but I can't because I want to make sure that the immigration fraud that I filed against Jasmine takes effect.
Now, Gino is still adamant about having his revenge, but he's also very worried about losing money on his investments. He doesn't want to give his money away, as he puts it. Now, it is worth pointing out in real time, away from the show since this was filmed, we do know that his position has changed. Both of them have reportedly filed for divorce in different states. But going back to this episode, while he might not have been ready to legally move on, he is ready to move on in other ways.
My plan is create a dating profile, get myself out there, and I want to use the power of the internet, because it's so difficult to meet people.
Tell me, how did that work out for you last time, Gino? Well, he tells us he met Jasmine on a dating app, and he also met his first wife on the internet too.
Brazil section.
Who knows? Fingers crossed. I guess third time might be the charm. Now, while Gino is busy considering which pictures to use for his profile, Uncle Marco calls him to tell him to check out Jasmine's latest Instagram post.
It looks like she had her baby.
Is it a boy or a girl, did it say?
It looks like it's a baby girl. Matilda.
Yeah, that's the baby girl that's legally considered your daughter, Gino. I mean, even after speaking with Uncle Marco, Gino appears to be in shock. I guess it's one thing knowing that your ex is expecting a baby with the man that you gave her permission to sleep with, but when that baby actually comes into the world, when you're confronted with an actual child, one that you might have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support for until they're 18, that must stir up a whole different set of emotions. In all seriousness, that must be hard to see, right? Especially Matt and Jasmine and baby Matilda happily smiling away, posing as one big happy family. And seeing this as the dagger goes through his heart, Gino resorts back to twisting the past to try and fit his narrative.
Jasmine wasted 4 years of my life. That was time that I could have spent with someone who truly loved me and was able to have a child with them.
Again, yes, Jasmine made a heck of a lot of mistakes, but Gino isn't the victim he's painting himself out to be. They could have had a child together if he'd slept with her at all during their marriage. That's quite an important factor in this equation, Gino. The guy's so adamant that Jasmine somehow cost him having a child that someone really needs to sit him down and explain to him where babies come from. Now, in a bid to try and cheer himself up, Gino goes out to buy some clothing for future dates, and he plans to go fancy.
If you're gonna improve your style and clothes, it's also gonna probably cost you money too. I'm willing to spend more money to look like George Clooney.
To look like George Clooney, Gino might need to ask one of the numerous 90 Day Fiancé ladies for the number of one of their plastic surgeons. It's going to need a heck of a lot of work. Now, new clothes might be a quicker fix. They might give him a little bit of extra confidence when he goes on dates. Now, in terms of what he's looking for, well, Gino is off to get some old clothes fitted, but he also wants to treat himself to a nice new jacket. Only some of the jackets on offer don't quite match Gino's expectations.
I went through a terrible relationship recently. She was always trying to control me, and she's a very controlling person and manipulative. That's what this jacket feels like.
So I guess that's a no for that particular jacket then. Now, Gino goes on to overshare with this poor salesman and tells him that his ex has just had a baby with someone else. I want to find something that makes me feel better, he tells the guy. So the salesman keeps the jackets coming, and finally, after trying several, Gino narrows it down to the perfect option.
I feel amazing. I probably should have done this a long time ago.
That's great, I guess. Like, Gino is feeling a lot more confident. He's all of a sudden hopeful for the future, and he's hopeful that he'll find true love. That's one hell of a jacket right there. But the only problem is, Gino has forgotten one important thing. The fact that he's cheap. When he sees the price of the jacket, the guy nearly has a heart attack. His whole attitude changes.
Beautiful jacket, but it's a little bit out of my budget. And unfortunately for me, I've got a divorce coming up that I got to go through and pay for too.
So after all of that, after all his hard work and having to listen to Gino and his story, the poor guy doesn't even manage to make a sale.
What a stupid waste of time.
Now, while Gino is thinking about his future, Jasmine and Matt are considering theirs too. You see, after the birth of their beautiful baby girl Matilda, Matt's mum and sister are eager to meet her and, of course, the mother, Jasmine. This will be their very first meeting, and Jasmine is nervous.
I'm stressed. I have never had a mother-in-law. They are all dead.
Gino's.
Dead.
How eloquently put, Jasmine. Dead. They're all dead. Neither Gino nor her other ex-husband have living mothers, which is sad for them, but that seems to be the way that Jasmine prefers it. It's a lot easier not to have to deal with mother-in-laws, she tells us. Now, sadly for her, this time is different. Matt's religious mum is very much alive, and Jasmine will have to meet her. Now, keep in mind, some time has passed since we last saw them. Matilda is now 2 months old. But for as proud as Matt is of his baby girl, it turns out he might not have shared everything with his mum.
Does she know I'm still married?
No. That's a no bueno, so I know. No tell her.
So what are we then?
Matt admits that his mum was very sad when she found out that he was about to have a baby before getting married. But, astonishingly, much to Jasmine's sheer horror and shock, he also goes on to say that in a bid to try and make her happier about the arrangement, he told his mum a little white lie, except it's not exactly little, it's huge. He's told his mum that he and Jasmine are engaged. I mean, the guy, I keep saying it, he really is an idiot, isn't he?
In real life, we have never talked about marriage. Why would I be talking about marriage when I'm still married to someone else? She will find out from social media I'm still married to Gino.
Yeah, that's the kind of lie that's going to come back to haunt him, isn't it? He's gone way too far with that. They are going to need to come clean. Now, I guess Matt must be hoping that hopefully seeing her granddaughter for the first time, having her in her arms, might help to soften the blow of the reality of the whole situation. So when his mum and sister eventually arrive, things start well. I mean, they're excited to meet the baby, of course, and while his mum wasn't exactly happy with him having a child out of wedlock, she is still supportive. They actually really seem to like Jasmine.
She's beautiful, she's funny, like it made sense why he really liked her.
God accept me as a sinner and all of us, Jasmine, too.
Yeah, the only problem is, Matt's mum, there are way more sins than you currently know about. But just hold on a sec, because they are soon gonna find out. Now, while Matt and his sister go to tend to baby Matilda, Matt's mum stays with Jasmine, who's busy making lunch. And whilst in the kitchen, his mum shares how she felt when she found out about the baby.
I was happy about the baby, and I was happy about engaged. I used to be against my son to have a girlfriend and have sexual morality.
Oh boy, just check out Jasmine's face. She has no idea what to say to that. Now, fortunately for her, she finds the perfect excuse, the perfect way to get out of this awkward conversation. By suddenly announcing that lunch is now ready, she calls everyone over to tuck into her Latina polenta. And while on the face of it, it doesn't exactly look like the most appetizing of meals, everyone does enjoy it.
But she put too much more on it, so. But otherwise, it's good.
Yummy, so good.
Now, while they're all sat round the table tucking into the polenta, Matt's sister takes the opportunity to give Jasmine a very kind gift that she and her mum bought for Jasmine. It's a lovely necklace with Matilda's name on it. Like, it's a very sweet gesture, but it only serves to make Jasmine feel even worse. Like, they've both been so nice to her that she feels guilty. She can no longer hold back the truth. So she turns to Matt and in a very public way, in a way that there's no way he can weasel out of, says to him, "It's time you tell them the truth."
Mom, I lied about us being engaged. Jasmine is still married to somebody.
I am very disappointed.
His mum, as I'm sure we could have all predicted, is disappointed but says she'll pray for them both. But she's going to need to do a lot of praying because it's at this point they go into more details. Now, thankfully, they do at least keep the whole open marriage scenario quiet. They don't share that, but they do come clean about the fact that Jasmine is still legally married to Gino. And more than that, that baby Matilda, their niece and granddaughter, is legally Gino's daughter.
My husband has rights over Matilda.
Yikes.
Like, if he wanted, he will take her.
Now, understandably, of course, this was always going to happen. Of course they were going to react like that. Both Matt's mum and his sister are terrified to learn this. They're terrified to learn that Matt doesn't even have legal rights to his own daughter. And it's this news that really seems to tip Matt's mum over the edge.
I want my kids and my friends to be saved in God's eyes and not to go to hell, but to heaven. That's all I want. Me and my kids, all of my friends.
She seems genuinely worried for Matt and Jasmine, and it's left to her daughter to comfort her. Now, they do say, just to be clear, they do say they will support them both, right? And they just hope that things will work out. But when we join Matt and Jasmine later on after his mum and sister have left, they're sat outside, and as any new parent can relate to, they're exhausted. This meeting, everything that's happened over the last few months, is really taking its toll on them. This is absolutely not how they expected to bring a child into the world. But, Matt maintains, I wouldn't change things for the world.
I don't regret anything.
You don't?
No, I love Matilda. I can't believe how perfect she is, so sometimes that's how life is.
For once, it makes a welcome change. Matt isn't being an idiot. He says, quite rightly, that people are going to talk anyway. Like, we can't stop that, so we just need to focus on us. We need to worry about each other. If we care for each other, he says, then things will work out just fine. Like, he might laugh and joke a lot. Humour might be his way of coping with things. But with this, he wants Jasmine to take him seriously.
I don't want you to think that I'm just wasting time. And Mama, I know that you're still married. And I know that I don't have a ring.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ring, and I think this may well be spur of the moment. It doesn't seem like he's planned this, but he bends down in front of her. He pulls out a piece of string and ties it on her finger. I want to show you, I want to prove to you, he says, how much I love you, how I'm always going to have your back, I'll always support you. And with that, down on one knee with the string on Jasmine's finger, he pops the big question.
Even with this string, would you consider marrying me? I'm not rushing you.
Jasmine is clearly very emotional, but I can't tell whether these are happy tears or tears of overwhelm. Now, there's a lot of silence, long drawn-out silence. She definitely doesn't give Matt an answer right away. She tells him she loves him, but she's not answering his question. And when Matt kind of realises this, he reassures her that I'm not rushing you, I wouldn't rush anything. If we were to get married, we'd take our time. This is just a promise for our future, he tells her. Unfortunately, Jasmine doesn't give him the answer that he was hoping for.
If I ever heal that part of me, if that ever happened, and if I ever get married, I want it to be you.
Yeah, that definitely isn't a yes. If I ever heal that part of me, if I ever want to get married again, it will be you. Isn't the same as, yes, I'll marry you. Like, for as much as Matt may have been looking to reassure Jasmine of his commitment, he was also expecting or hoping for the same back from her. But she clearly isn't as all in as he is, and she might never be. Like, you can see from his face that Matt is hurt by that. But just to add salt to the wounds, just to try and clarify things, although she doesn't really do that, Jasmine then goes on to say this.
But right now, I don't have an yes or no. I just don't know.
It's kind of heartbreaking to watch this, isn't it? I do actually feel sorry for Matt here. Like, there is genuine sadness on his face. Now, I get it. Like, Jasmine has told him plenty of times that she isn't ready for this big step. She isn't even divorced yet. But at the same time, they have a 2-month-old child. They've been through a heck of a lot together. Like, you can't really blame the guy for thinking that he had a deep connection with her. A much stronger connection than she ever had with Gino. Only he's now found out in the most brutal, public of ways that Jasmine doesn't feel the same. Now, she does try her best to explain to Matt that she's scared, but all that Matt can feel right now is rejection. Rejection and frustration.
Damn. How are you able to accept a ring from Gino? And I have to work this hard to put a string on your finger. It's crazy.
Matt says that he feels like Jasmine is constantly pushing him away. I'd never want to make her feel as pushed to the side as she makes me feel, he says. Like, the guy looks completely deflated. He looks defeated. Again, I didn't ever think I'd say this, but I do feel a little bit bad for him. I mean, when they got together, yeah, okay, he knew he was going to be the other guy, right? But now, that's all changed. I mean, they have a baby together. They've brought a life into this world together. Matt, he's doing all that he possibly can. The guy has stepped up. He's trying to do the very best for his little daughter. He's trying to build a family, and I can't hate that. They might have started off in the worst possible way, but he's trying to make that right. But as for Jasmine, well, she's just stuck in the past. If she doesn't move on from Gino, if she can't start giving Matt the reassurances that he also needs, then I think she might end up all alone. She might end up losing Matt too.